Wow. I'm pretty speechless after what I just watched. Excuse my voice in advance. I'm pretty sick if you can't tell. I felt like complete garbage yesterday, and this morning I felt a little bit better, but my nose is still like congested and everything, as you can tell by my voice, so I apologize in advance for that. But what I just witnessed, I am in utter and complete shock. I don't know how to react. I don't know how to feel. I'm just, wow. I honestly don't even want to do this video. Not in a bad way, but the words are just taken out of my mouth. I don't know what to say about a certain match. You guys already know what I'm talking about already. I don't know why I pretend like you guys don't know already. But I'm just, wow. WrestleMania overall, WrestleMania 30, great show. Honestly, I loved it. I was really entertained. I thought it was a great show. I thought it was phenomenal. I thought it was the best WrestleMania in years. This is probably the best WrestleMania we've had since 26, in my opinion. This was just it was a very fun show. I really enjoyed it for the most part. Well, for almost the entire show I enjoyed it until like the one match that put me down and made me feel sad. But besides that, everything else was very fun. Everything was great. I really enjoyed the show. I thought it was phenomenal. And great WrestleMania. I watched it on the WWE Network. The network was fucking fantastic. The stream, for me at least, did not lag, did not skip, did not freeze, nothing. It honestly looked like I ordered the pay-per-view. That's how great the stream looks. So kudos for WWE for getting their stuff together. I can't wait to watch more pay-per-views on this network from now on. But WrestleMania, like I said, just a great show. Let's jump into it. They had a 2-hour pre-show. I didn't watch the full 2 hours of it. I watched the last hour of it because that's, I didn't know when the pre-show match was going to start, so I tuned into the entire show. The only thing I got out of the pre-show was that the pre-show match was made into a Fatal 4-Way. It was originally supposed to be a regular Fatal 4-Way match. No, it got turned into an Elimination 4-Way, sorry. It was originally supposed to be just a regular Fatal 4-Way match, but it's now Elimination Fatal 4-Way, so that was kind of cool, I guess, to add a little stipulation last minute. They did the same thing at TLC, but I don't know, I guess they're 4-way tag matches. They want to add the Elimination stipulation for whatever reason. But let's get into the pre-show match, the Fatal 4-Way Elimination match for the WWE Tag Team Championship. The Usos versus Ryback and Curtis Axel versus the Real Americans versus Los Matadors. Really good match here. At the beginning, it wasn't really anything that spectacular. It was kind of slow-paced and the crowd wasn't into it. They did a huge spot with Curtis Axel and the Matadors, where the Matadors suplex Axel off the top rope into like all the other competitors. But their big like moves they're doing were just very sloppy and were very slow. Like the way people were like getting scared to take it. I don't know. It just looked sloppy the way it was executed, but it was still a cool move. The Matadors were eliminated first by I don't even know who eliminated them. Was it? No, it wasn't Cesaro. Was it? I don't even know who eliminated them first. I think it was Ryback and Curtis Axel. I honestly don't remember who eliminated them. Hopefully Wikipedia has it. No, Wikipedia doesn't have it, but I know the Matadors got eliminated first. And yeah, it just showed how, much an impression left on the match. I don't even know who eliminated them, so yeah, just get out, Matadors. You're just a waste of space anyways. But the next team getting eliminated was Ryback and Curtis Axel when Cesaro hit a incredible uppercut on Ryback. He threw him in the air like 20 feet, uppercutted him, hit the neutralizer for the 1, 2, 3. So it came down to the Real Americans and the Usos. They had a stare down. They started going at it, and they went at it for like a good, I would say, 5 minutes, solid 5 minutes, and it was just pure awesomeness, those two going at it. It was awesome. There were so many spots. They were just brawling, just beating the hell out of each other. Ending came when both of them hit a super kick on Cesaro and hit a double splash when both of them went to turnbuckles and both jumped off onto Cesaro and got the 1, 2, 3. So the Usos retained their tag team titles. This is probably the best pre-show / kickoff match we've ever had. Great way to open the show. Good stuff there. After the match, Zeb got in Cesaro's face. So did Swagger. Swagger got in Cesaro's face, like, hey man, you lost a match for us, what is wrong with you? Cesaro's like, hey man, I'm sorry. Swagger tried to put him in the ankle lock. Zeb's like, hey man, don't do this. Cesaro's like, what the fuck, man? Cesaro gets up, goes to shake his hand, says, I don't think so. Picks Swagger up, swings him around, throws him, and Cesaro basically says, fuck you, Swagger, I'm going on my own now. So I can't wait to see what happens to Cesaro in the future. And actually, Cesaro, this isn't the last of Cesaro we've seen. He's now face, it seems like, and I'm very excited to see what they do with him in the future. Now we go on to the actual show itself. Kicks off in a huge way. Hulk Hogan comes out, cuts a promo, says that we're in the Silver Dome, even though it's a Superdome. He said Silver Dome like 2 times, and then he finally realized he said Silver Dome. He's like, wait, this is a Superdome, not the Silver Dome. As he's cut the promo, Stone Cold Steve Austin comes out, says, yeah, we're in the Silver Dome, mocking him considering it's a Superdome. They basically have first they have a stare down. They have a awesome stare down, just staring at each other like it was a match about to happen. I was marking out like bananas, and just great stuff there. And all of a sudden, The Rock comes out and joins them. So you have Rock, Austin, and Hogan in the same ring at the same time. 3 of the biggest names that ever graced this earth wrestling-wise. Just an awesome moment. They had a great in-ring promo segment, I should say, there, with The Rock basically just having fun with them. They all just had a great time in the ring. It was such a spectacular and amazing scene to see. Honestly, you have to go back and watch it if you haven't seen it for whatever reason. It was a sight to see. It was just pure. It was amazing. I loved every second of it, so that was a great way to open the show. Then we open up with, I was very surprised by this match, by the way, Triple H versus Daniel Bryan is the opening match. I was honestly very surprised. I didn't ever think in a million years that Triple H would open WrestleMania in the state he's in right now. But kudos to him for opening the show and putting his ego aside. He definitely does know what's best for business, and he put his match as the opening match. So kudos for Triple H for doing that. But this match, by far, like I said, was going to be match of the night, and it was match of the night. Amazing storytelling here. You know, Daniel Bryan was selling the shoulder from Triple H attacking him several times. He was selling it, and Triple H definitely worked on the arm. He definitely busted out a lot of moves that we've not seen Triple H ever do. He was definitely trying to be technical in this match. You can tell he was definitely trying to make sure that Bryan didn't outshine him that much, because we all know Bryan's going to outshine him, but Triple H tried to keep up with him, to say the least. 6 spot where, you know, when Daniel Bryan gets thrown on the turnbuckle and he does a little, like, you know, the flip. Triple H knew it was going to happen. Triple H stood backwards, caught him, and gave him a fucking suplex. It was awesome. The storytelling was great. Steph was at ringside. They went on the outside, and like I said, just Triple H basically destroyed his arm. Bryan got he felt it, man. He was Bryaning up. I'm not gonna say Hulking up. He was yesing up, I should say that. Bryan yesed up, came back against Triple H, and then they're just, you know, Triple H. It looked like every time he got hit, like he seemed like he got blown up. Like Bryan would kick him, and I don't know if he was selling or if he was actually really tired, because he hasn't wrestled in almost over a year. Bryan was just like, oh man, like, or Triple H was like, oh man, that almost killed me. So Triple H definitely looked gassed out at times in this match, but he kept going, and they put on a really good match. It was a great match, actually. Definitely match of the night. Bryan took a pedigree, kicked out of it. I was like, yes, he kicked out of the pedigree. And Triple H tried to hit the pedigree, but Bryan wouldn't do it. Triple H had one more time to do it. The pedigree, Bryan flipped him over. Did he flip him over? I just know he got out of it. No, I don't think he flipped over. He reversed it. Triple H tried to hit him. Bryan ducked. Bryan hit a running knee on Triple H. 1, 2, 3. Pins Triple H in the middle of the ring. So Bryan is advancing to the main event of WrestleMania. I was marking out. Phenomenal opener. Triple H attacked him after the match because Stephanie got in the ring, slapped him, and Triple H took advantage and attacked him. Just a great way to open the show. Good stuff there. So Triple H and Bryan, match of the night. Definitely, by far, match of the night. Awesome stuff. Next match we had was a 6-man tag team match. The Shield versus Kane and the New Age Outlaws, in which was a very short match. This was no more. I would say no more than 3 minutes, and that's being generous. I would say 2, a minimum 3 max. Shield decimated them. There was like no offense at all by Kane and the Outlaws, like none. Shield just decimated them. Roman Reigns hitting spears left and right, hitting Superman punches, hitting drop kicks. Rollins hitting knees. Ambrose is looking cool. Shield just completely, they squashed them. They squashed them in less than 3 minutes. Hit a triple powerbomb. Ambrose, I believe, got Billy Gunn, and Seth Rollins got Road Dogg. They both picked them up. Reigns fucking slammed both of them down for the 1, 2, 3. Shield just strong as ever. Decimated those 3 guys in under 3 minutes. They are on a roll right now. I'm excited for the Shield. A little upset because that's their Mania match. They got 3 minutes, and they deserve at least a 10-minute match, but what are you going to do, you know? I'm not booking the show, so, I mean, it made Shield look awesome, so that's a plus side right there. But yeah, just a little short little match right there. Then we had the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, which everyone besides, I think, Big Show and Sheamus, maybe someone else, I don't remember, but everyone else got job references, and the match was just a huge clusterfuck, you know. You had 30 guys in the ring, it's hard to pay attention to see what the hell is going on. You just see guys getting thrown out left and right before you know it, like, oh, I didn't even know we got eliminated, you know. It was just, I don't know. I mean, the Battle Royals usually don't get good until there's like at least maybe 10 guys, if maybe less, depending on how many guys start the match. But in this case, until I got to like the last 10 guys, it didn't really get interesting. You know, Kofi had a spot with Cesaro where Cesaro threw him out of the ring, and I'm pretty sure Kofi fucked up. Kofi hit the steps, but he fell backwards, but his feet never touched the ground. So I guess his spot was supposed to be him jumping and landing on the steel steps, but he landed and fell, but his feet were still on the steps, so I'm guessing he fucked it up. But it was your, you know, Kofi spot of the evening. but he didn't win the match, of course. He got eliminated. I think the final 4 was Del Rio, Sheamus, Big Show, and Cesaro. Ziggler was the 5th guy. He got 5th place. He got eliminated. He was my pick to win it, but I didn't really think he'd win it. But he did very well. He got 5th out of 30, so that's really good. The final 4, Del Rio I think Sheamus threw Del Rio out, and I think Big Show threw Sheamus out. I don't know. I know it came down to sorry, I just got a tweet right there. It came down to Big Show and Cesaro. Cesaro's uppercutting Big Show. Big Show's gonna throw him out, and all of a sudden Cesaro picks him up and throws him out of the ring like Hogan picking up Andre. That's what Cesaro did. He picked him up like Hogan picked up Andre, just threw him out of the ring, and Cesaro is your Battle Royal winner. I was marking out like bananas. Cesaro would have been my main pick if I would have known he's going to be in the match, because they didn't advertise him for this match because he's in the tag title match already. Cesaro had his WrestleMania. He had 2 WrestleMania moments in one night. He swung, I almost call him Cesaro. He swung Swagger. That's one moment in the pre-show. Then he had his moment on the main card by winning the Battle Royal. So definitely big things looking for Cesaro in the future. I'm very, very excited to see what they do with him. I can't wait to see what happens. I'm very excited for Cesaro. Well deserved. He's going to be awesome in the future, I can already tell. So I'm very, very excited for Cesaro's future. Great one there. And he picked that trophy up, and it was 100 pounds. He picked that thing up like it was nothing. Cesaro's just, he's amazing. But next was John Cena versus Bray Wyatt. This match was, Bray Wyatt had an amazing entrance, by the way. And this match was, it wasn't great, but it was, I would say, good to very good. Storytelling was a huge factor in the show, which was a big plus in my eyes. But the storytelling this match is very good. Bray was trying to get Cena to, I don't want to say embrace the hate, but he was trying to get him pissed off, bring the monster out that he had. Cena definitely brought the monster out. There were times in this match where, if you didn't watch wrestling, you would have thought Cena was the heel and Bray was the face. That's, how evil, well, not evil, but that's how, pissed Cena was getting. And he was just beating the hell out of Bray Wyatt, and, Bray Wyatt was laughing because Cena was getting, all pissed and mad and whatnot. And it was a good match, I didn't expect it to be a great match by any means. The story was great, but, Bray Wyatt, in my eyes, he might be a great character, but in-ring wise, I've never been a big fan of his in-ring work, so that's probably why I didn't enjoy this match this much, and it wasn't that good of a match. Well, I'm kind of contradicting myself. I said it was good, a very good match, now I'm saying it's not that good of a match. Let me rephrase that. It's not as good of a match that I'm thinking everyone else thought it was going to be. That's what I meant to say. But it was still a good match. It was solid. Rowan and Harper played a factor. Cena actually took him out of the ring. He actually, there's actually a spot where he was standing on the top rope to do his leg spot, and instead of jumping towards Bray, he actually did a, what the fuck is it called? I don't want to call it a splash. I sound like an idiot, but Cena did. I don't want to say dive either. I'm lost for words what it was called. Cena did, he jumped to the outside. I'm just to say that. The word's going blank. I know what I'm thinking of, but I just can't find the word of it. You know what I'm talking about, so I'm wasting my time thinking of it. Someone probably comment below what it is. It's a very simple move that I just can't think of for whatever reason right now. My mind's going blank for it. But, yeah, he did a sick, splash, dive, whatever, the outside, whatever we'll call it. Like I said, my mind's going blank for the word right now. I'm sick, too, on top of it, so don't blame me for it. I'm not fully functioning in the head right now, considering I'm sick and I'm pretty upset still about what happened. But, yeah, Cena did the spot on the outside, and, he actually took Luke Harper out, actually speared him through the barricade, and he actually took the Wyatt family out, and, Bray actually showed Batista how to do it right. Cena did the leg thing again. Bray actually caught him in a perfect powerbomb, something Batista cannot do at SummerSlam 2008. So Batista, take notes from Bray Wyatt from powerbombing John Cena, or countering his leg drop to a powerbomb. Take notes, Batista. But it was still it was a good match. Like I said, Cena ended up getting the win. Very surprised by that. Wyatt was going for Sister Abigail. Cena countered it into an attitude adjustment and won the match. I was very surprised by that. I wasn't very surprised by it, but I honestly thought Bray Wyatt was going to win. It went in his favor. Honestly, look, Cena has nothing to gain from this victory, but Bray Wyatt did. All his momentum basically went downhill now. I'm not going to say that they buried Wyatt or Wyatt's done now, but I honestly do think he should have won this match. I think it was right for him. When watching Cena celebrate his victory, it's like, it doesn't feel right. I feel like it shouldn't have happened, but good match. Wyatt looked good. Well, I guess he looked good, because Rowan and Harper interfered quite a lot in this match. He still couldn't win, but bottom line, good match, and it's definitely far from over. But next, we actually had the Hall of Fame inductees come out and, you know, say their hellos. By the way, if you did not watch the Hall of Fame ceremony, definitely go back and check it out on the network. Great Hall of Fame ceremony. The Ultimate Warrior and Jake the Snake Roberts definitely stole the show with their speeches. I was actually thinking of doing a review of it, but I don't think I am, to be honest. It was a great induction ceremony. Definitely check it out if you haven't already. But yeah, that was that. And the next match, I'm getting teary-eyed just thinking about it. The next match, The Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar with the streak on the line. Now, this match was pretty much everything I thought it was going to be. It was not good at all. I know everyone was excited for this match, and I knew going into it wasn't going to be that good. Because, I mean, you have a 49-year-old man, The Undertaker, taking on a 36-year-old man, Brock Lesnar, who's been having an MMA background for the past 2 years since he's been back. And he's basically kicked everyone's ass that he's been in the ring with since he's been back. So, I didn't think this was going to match well at all, and it did not. It was very slow paced. He had a lot of rest holds, and it was definitely Taker's worst streak match in recent memory, probably since 22. Yeah, 22. I'd say this is probably his worst match since then. It was not a classic by any means. I don't think people really. When you look back on it, you won't talk about the match. You'll talk about the ending of it, because I was very surprised about the ending. But first, before I get to the ending, let's just say the crowd didn't care about this match either. Undertaker kicked out of the Brock at F5 very early on in the match. And Taker kicked out, and the crowd did not care. They didn't even jump for a false finish. They didn't care. Taker put on Hell's Gate like 2 or 3 times, with Brock just powerbombed him every time. And Brock ended up hitting another F5, and the ending came when Undertaker went for a tombstone, and Brock countered into the F5, hit it, and 1, 2, 3. The streak is broken. 21 years of Undertaker winning WrestleMania, the streak is broken. Hi, Cena. The network's in the background, in case you guys haven't figured out by now. But my mind was, everyone was speechless. The crowd, go back and watch that ending. Not a word is spoken when Undertaker lost. Not a word is spoken. And I honestly couldn't fathom what just happened in my eyes. This streak, 21 years of Undertaker WrestleMania. For what now? It's not 22-0 like everyone assumed it was going to be. It's 21-1. And I am completely shocked. And Brock Lesnar, of all people, Brock Lesnar is a believable guy. I mean, would it have been believable if Undertaker beat Brock Lesnar? Not at all. It wouldn't have been believable at all. But him of all people, though, I honestly believe in my heart of hearts that Undertaker called on the spot for him to lose. I think midway through the match, Undertaker figured, you know what, I just can't do it anymore. This is my last match, and he probably told Brock, "You're gonna beat me." I mean, someone said, I didn't hear him, but someone said on Twitter. I mean, I heard Taker talk, but I didn't hear what he said. But he told Brock, "This is it. This F5 is it." And I truly believe that was him telling him, "You know what, you're gonna beat me right here, right now." And because if you watch the match back, when Taker gets pinned, they don't even play Lesnar's music, and they don't even announce that Lesnar won for a solid minute. Taker gets pinned, and everyone's like, "What?" Everyone's, oh, my neck hurts so bad. But Taker gets pinned, and not a word spoken. Announcers don't say a word. Roberts doesn't announce Lesnar as the winner. They don't play Lesnar's music. I mean, you could say they didn't do that, you know, to see that dramatic moment because Taker just lost. But when you think about it, it's nothing. Even the announcers what just happened? And even Heyman, I know Heyman's a guy at selling, but he sold that whoa, did this really just happen? He's he was telling Brock you really just broke the streak. I mean, I'll never know until Taker comes out or someone comes out and says that Taker won to lose that match, or if he called it on the spot. I mean, we'll never know until Taker says it or admits it, if he ever does. But honestly, the streak breaking is a huge disappointment. I know, obviously, Undertaker wanted it to end. It wouldn't have ended if he didn't want it to end. But still, it is very heartbreaking, and it's gonna be hard. I mean, it's appropriate considering this is the 30th WrestleMania. I'm pretty sure he wants to retire because he hasn't really done a lot, the last couple of years besides WrestleMania. So I'm pretty sure he wanted to retire. He's 49 years old. He has a family, so I'm pretty sure he wants to wrap it up. But still, though, it's very sad, and just the streak should live forever, in my opinion. I know everyone says all streaks must come to an end, but this truly was a streak that should have been immortalized and live forever, in my opinion. It was just very upsetting to see the streak end. Thank you, Undertaker. If this was your last match, thank you, Undertaker, for the last 24 years in WWE, and thank you. I mean, that's all I'm going to say about this, and the match wasn't good, unfortunately, but thank you, Undertaker, for the memories. Thank you. If this is your last match, which I'm assuming it is, since you lost, but thank you. That's all I'm going to say for that. And next you had the Vickie Guerrero Divas Championship Invitational. I'm not going to go into it because, you know, this match is followed Undertaker losing, so I'm pretty sure no one paid attention to it. AJ retained the what the hell is her finisher? Not the Widow's Peak, or Black Widow. I think Black Widow is her finisher, right? Or is that Victoria? I always get her and Victoria's finisher's names mixed up. Widow's Peak. I'm pretty sure it's Black Widow. I don't know. AJ made Naomi tap out. That's all I know. AJ retains. No one cared about the match. I didn't pay attention to it at all. But then you go to the main event, triple threat match for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Randy Orton versus Batista versus Daniel Bryan. This match, you know, the first 5 minutes I couldn't pay attention to it still because my mind was still in the Undertaker. But this match was actually a very, very good match. Of course, they went after Daniel Bryan earlier in the match. They basically beat the hell out of him, trying to make it a one-on-one match. They actually did an awesome spot. Before I get to that spot, you know, Triple H came out with Stephanie with the towel wrapped around his neck for a stupid reason. He tried to interfere in the match. Bryan hit him with the sledgehammer, saying, "Hell no, man, you ain't gonna interfere in my match." This spot may have happened before or after the spot I'm about to talk about. I don't remember when it happened. I just remember the bottom line is Triple H came out and Bryan took him out. That's my point I'm trying to make there. And then there actually was an awesome spot where Batista with the powerbomb Bryan through the Spanish announce table. But when he threw him, Orton caught him in the air for an RKO and RKO through the table. Amazing spot. That was so sick. That was awesome. I don't think we've ever seen anything like that. A Batista bomb turned into an RKO. That was simply amazing. They had a stretcher come out and stretch Bryan out, but Bryan said, "No, I'm not leaving." Bryan continued the match. Very good triple threat match. It was a lot better than I thought it was. Orton and Batista went at it a lot by themselves, and actually They worked pretty well together. I was surprised because their previous matches have blown. You know, look at their 2009 match. Those are horrible matches. But the time they had one-on-one was actually very good. I was actually impressed by it. There actually was a time with Batista bombed Orton, but you know, Bryan, you know, prevented it from happening. And, you know, Batista bomb Bryan. Bryan kicked out of it. I was actually very surprised Bryan kicked out of the Batista bomb. Then ending came with Bryan hitting a running knee on Randy Orton, I believe. No, it was kind of like so many things were happening. It was kind of like hard to like pin spots because it was just boom, back and forth, the awesome spots they're having. But I know Bryan, I think Batista hit a Batista bomb on Randy Orton. I think Bryan hit a running knee on Batista. I could be wrong. But all I know is Bryan locked in the yes lock on Batista. About 10 seconds into the yes lock, Batista taps out. Daniel Bryan is your new WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Yes. That was perfect timing. I knew. Everyone, I'm not going to say I knew, because everyone in the world knew. WrestleMania 30. Yes-Mania. That's what we know as. When you look back at WrestleMania 30, you're going to think of Daniel Bryan winning the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. And, well, it's a streak ending too, obviously. But hopefully more. Trying to make a video. But it was such an amazing moment. Such an amazing moment. No other guy in the world deserved it more than him. This guy has worked his ass off for the past not 25 years, the past 15 years to make it in this business, and he finally did. And he won the biggest title in the world on the biggest stage of it in the world. So fuck you. So I couldn't be more happy for Daniel Bryan. Like I said, it kind of tampered my moment or my excitement for him because I was still thinking about the Undertaker in the back of my head. But Daniel Bryan, the Yes era has officially began. Couldn't be more excited. WrestleMania 30, awesome show. Phenomenal show. Very enjoyable. So many memories and moments and stars are created at this show. I definitely can't wait. I'm very excited for the future of WWE. So I'm not going to say until tomorrow. Until next time, whenever I make another video, that's it for me, guys. WrestleMania 30. Leave your guys' thoughts and comments below about your guys' thoughts on the show. I know this video is pretty long. I don't know exactly how long I've been talking for, but I know it's a pretty long video. Maybe around 25 minutes because I just keep rambling on like I am right now. But hopefully you guys enjoy this video. Like I said, leave your guys' thoughts and comments below on the show. And until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Yes-Mania. Oh, yes.